Hello guys, it's Ezra here. Today I will be going over ambience, and this ambience would typically be used in movies, music, games, whatever you are interested in using it in. And this particular way that I'm going to show you how to do is definitely, I'm not going to say it's the right way or even the best way to do it. This is just a way that I've learned over the years, and it's worked for me, so I figured I'd show you guys how I do it, and then it'll hopefully help you out. I'm going to be using FL Studio for my digital audio workstation. This Not saying this is the best either. This is just what I particularly love, and you can do this with pretty much any other DAW out there. So I'm using for this particular project a lot of Absinthe instances here, and you definitely don't need Absinthe or any of Native Instruments synthesizers to do this. This is just something that I use, and honestly, depending on the day and the time, I'll use different synthesizers. Um, so Absinthe, actually, the reason I'm using it in this case is it's got a lot of patches, and what I typically do to get interesting sounds is I'll look at how others have made their patches, and then I'll build from that and change them, and then put some external effects in there to finish it off. So I'm going to go through the basics of ambience, and I'm not going to get too in depth on the actual creation of the synth patches, but more on how to blend them and what effects you can use to easily blend them. So first of all, I'll let you listen to this, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So as you can probably hear, there's quite a lot of layering going on, and that's one of the key elements to creating ambience. Is you're gonna want layer a lot of instances of whatever you're interested in using, and then from that you're going to be cutting and boosting of frequencies, and then doing some stereo shaping or reverberation to kind of bring it all together. So first off, here I'm going to go through my different layers. I've got this instance of Absinthe, and this is the more bassy part. Um, so this one is basically just you've got a bass, and then you've got this really weird mid-range. And I'm gonna turn off my effects here so that you can hear what it sounds like, just without these two simple effects. So as you can tell, it changes quite a bit. So first off, I put it through some EQ, and with this EQ, I'm just making sure the bass isn't too crazy down here, and then I'm boosting this really interesting mid-range. I really like this mid-range, so I want more of it. So I'm boosting that, running it through some reverb, and it's not any crazy reverb. It's only like a 5-second delay, and then a little bit of wet, and then a little bit of dry, and then the room is maxed out because I wanted to widen the field. So that's what I was saying before, how you're going to be using stereo shaping or reverb. Reverb can actually be used to stereo shape things too, because since this room is set to so large, it's bringing the mix more out to the sides, which is actually where I want it. So we'll go from here to the next one. This is a really weird one. I've got quite a few weird ones in here. Without the effects, it's a really weird patch. This is something that I've just found in Absinthe, and then I modified it. It's just mainly a weird bubble sample, and then some noise, and then from there it gets put through Absinthe's very interesting multi-comb effect and the wave shaper. But we won't worry about too much of that. But just running it through these simple effects here, which I'm cutting the low. I don't want too much low in there. I'm boosting this annoying high, cutting this frequency right there because I didn't like it. Running it through another instance of EQ, and I realize they're kind of competing with each other, the two EQs, but this is kind of what I wanted. And then I'm running it through reverb. So it kind of brings this particular instance, brings some like a watery sound to it, and then it's also bringing that high-end weird noise, that like electronic noise. From here we'll go to this one, which this is just a simple chord, and it's kind of like an airy choir type thing. Or a breathy choir. And here all I have is just a phase inverter. So the phase inverter is just bringing this more out to the sides. And then from here, I've got this, which this is a very annoying back and forth sound, which that's what I'm doing here in the piano roll. Just going back and forth between these two notes. Running it through a phaser, some EQ. I really like that really weird mid-range. Got some of that high. Didn't want too much low in there. And then I put it through reverb, big room, so it winds it like crazy. And then that's what you get. And then as far as that building sound at the end of the loop, all that really is just hardware. And I threw a sample in here. I slowed it down a little bit, put some unison and chorus on it, and then after that I ran it through reverb, stereo shaping, EQ, which I'm just cutting the low end on the EQ, and cutting low end on the filter. And then from there it gets you this really buildy sound, and then of course the reverb, because it's so wet and the delay's up pretty high, it's gonna make a really big reverb tail on there. So this is one thing I would definitely recommend if you have hardware. Definitely experiment with this. It's very cool because you can drag in samples here, and then from here you can slow them down and get some very, very interesting sounds. And it's definitely extremely useful in the case of ambience, because ambience typically involves a lot of strange sounds. So works very well. And then all this together makes a pretty decent ambience patch. So hopefully this gets you an idea on the ambience. I can definitely make another video that goes more in depth on the actual patch making for these particular sounds, but I just want to definitely stress the fact that ambience typically involves a lot of layers, cutting and boosting of frequencies, and stereo shaping / reverb. And I realized that I probably shouldn't have all these going through their own reverb. They should all be running through at least one or two, so I'm not having the reverb mess with each other, but it gets the job done. So hopefully this gets you an idea, and I'll definitely have to make another video that goes deeper on the patches. And I definitely stress the fact that a lot of this just comes from experimentation. Take what I've showed you here, and then experiment with it. And if you don't have these synths, use whatever you have. It's really not a requirement to have any of these particular synths. So I definitely look forward to hearing your guys' feedback and comments. And sorry if this video sucks. I definitely wouldn't say I'm the greatest ambience maker. And I could probably make another one just to go further in depth too. And if you're wondering, this is a Zoom H2N microphone that I'm talking through. I prefer this over my Rode right now because this goes straight to digital. And also, I am speaking so breathy and weird because I'm sick. So sorry about that. I definitely shouldn't be sick in my next video. So you can look forward to that. And I hope all is well, and I will talk to you guys later.